And no,
whenever you call it out.
Happy November 20th. It is Thursday, the third Thursday of the month, and I am joined by two people that I know and love. Outside of yourself at home, thank you so much for being here. We got some important stuff to go over. I have Jason and Trevor right here with me to my immediate left, your camera front. You don't have to move an inch. Cameraman will do his best to get their voices heard and beautiful faces seen every time they go to talk. How are we doing tonight, gents?
Oh, just wonderful, Jacob. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Doing fantastic. Always glad to be here.
I hate that it feels a little formal right now. Let's get rid of the formal jitters. You know what I mean? Let's have some fun, loosen up at home. If you got a lake effect, pop one. You know what I mean? You're allowed to. Hemp is still legal. But we are here to talk about the hemp ban nonetheless. And tonight is more or less an open forum for anybody affected by the recent hemp ban. Veterans, parents, business owners, workers, all alike can now join the show and voice their opinions on the Dispensary Live, one of the nation's largest platforms for hemp-derived cannabis. How do you guys feel about hearing some testimonials tonight, trying to save the industry as some trailblazers ourselves?
Tickled pink to talk to some people tonight. Love it.
Yeah.
I hope everybody calls us, chimes in, gives us their testimony. If you're watching right now, make sure you give us a call.
There should be a link in the comments as well as in the description of the video that'll get you right in our queue to go ahead and get your testimonial onward and going. These testimonials that you're going to bring forth outside of our own, because we are not only employees of the industry, we are also consumers of the amazing plant that is hemp. But tonight it is for everybody to state their own gripe, if you will, with this. In my opinion, it's an illegitimate move because you're putting people's wellness on the back burner and taking away control. Obvious stuff that we kind of know being in the industry.
So many more topics to go over tonight too.
Yes.
Not just the wellness. There's so much more into it. I hope people call with questions as well. Like there's so much out in the air right now that no one really knows what's going on for the most part. And we've obviously had to do quite a bit of research and try to figure out the ins and outs of all these new legalities that we're supposedly facing in the near future. But yeah, I'm hoping to answer some questions, alleviate some worries, hopefully, and hear the people.
For a loophole industry, as they claim hemp to be, I don't see any loopholes when it comes to taking care of your fellow man or lady. You know what I mean? Or whatever you designate yourself as. You know what I mean? No shame in your game there.
Or your pet.
Or your pet, as a matter of fact, because this hemp ban not only affects humans, but it affects the lives of not only your pets, which can range from all the way to from a snake to a horse. I know hemp for horses is a real company out there.
It's a very real company out there. They do amazing work, and they know you don't tip horse.
You do not tip a horse. Trevor, would you agree with that? Can you tip a horse even?
Careful.
It wouldn't be good for the horse. Right. First off, sensitive stomachs, so you probably shouldn't. But I think we could probably make it happen.
Speaking of sensitive stomachs, I got one just thinking about the hemp ban. Whenever it went into effect, I immediately went and questioned my own job, my own livelihood as a disabled veteran myself who moved to Green Bay to pursue hemp cannabis. My story is that unlike many more. I moved to a state that had a little lighter restrictions as compared to Virginia, where 3 summers ago now they banned the sale of THC products in their state on a retail front. I made the judgment to go ahead and move out and take a chance at moving here in Wisconsin, where not only the people are beautiful, but the hemp industry is absolutely abundant here in Wisconsin, as opposed to where it is back home in the East Coast. Jason, you being from the East Coast as well in Pennsylvania, that demographic of hemp, is there a lot more hemp stores out there as well, or no?
Well, in the past year and a half, 2 years at max, like we've seen an insurgence into the industry for sure. Good and bad players, Pennsylvania went real hard into the medical market, did a lot of regulations around that, and kind of stalled itself out there. And then that's when I joined the dispensary after leaving the medical market and finding this wonderful company and these wonderful people to work with, although a bit insane, not unlike myself. But the match kind of worked out real well. And I didn't have to make as drastic of a jump you did by moving states away. But, I was right there with you when we first learned of this.
Gentlemen, we have someone in the studio.
We finally have somebody queued up in our studios.
Kelly.
Thank you for answering nonetheless. And for you at home, if you have a testimonial or you just have something to say about how the cannabis plant is good for you on the hemp side, let us know.
Hit us up.
Coming up first is going to be a faceless feature. It says on our screen name Kelly. We want to welcome you to the show.
Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I don't know why I'm nervous.
You have no reason to be nervous. You're on a phone call with some people that not only love you, but love the purpose in which you are calling. And tonight, again, is just an open forum for you to explain or give a quick shout out as to how this hemp ban affects you, either as a consumer or if you're even involved in the industry as an employee. So feel free to take your moment here. Governors, senators, House of Representatives, they need to see this because oftentimes they only hear from lawmakers and lobbyists. We need them to hear from real people. So I congratulate you on having the audacity to get up here in front of thousands of people that the Dispensary Live hosts every third Thursday, I should say. Your name, real quick, where you're from, and then your gripe, if you don't mind, Miss Kelly.
My name is Hoffman. I'm originally from Virginia, but I moved to Wisconsin, and I'm 23.
Well done. And how has the recent hemp ban affected you?
You know, I say this with the most honesty and sincerity possible. Hemp has brought a lot of calm and comfort and joy into my life. It's helped my pain, helps me relax, and helps me sleep better. It's just as simple as that. And sure, you don't need it to have fun, but what's wrong with enjoying a little extra happiness sometimes? Life is so stressful. It's something that's helped me in a real positive way. It's so frustrating that something so harmless for many people is treated like a huge issue. The ban honestly sucks, especially when so many of us use it responsibly and peacefully. I also would like to say thank you so much for letting me share those thoughts. And thank you so much for what you and what your company does. It means a lot.
Oh my goodness, what a testimonial there. Jason,
Kelly,
Trevor.
Kelly's my new favorite person right now.
I was going to say, what a good first call to get in, especially with highlighting the positives, really showing the example that individuals can set but can get misconstrued with, say, bad actors in the game. So, no, Kelly, thank you for calling in and being the first one to break the ice on that.
Oh, honestly, thank you so much.
And there, I don't think there's anything wrong with Delta 9 THC on the hemp side, to be honest with you. If you're somebody who doesn't like the recreational aspect as far as the mild intoxicating effects that you can get from a product that potentially helps you sleep, I don't think that it is a big enough quarrel for big government to now take that away from the average consumer, such as yourself, Kelly. I apologize for the hemp ban. It's out of our control, but a testimonial like yours is going to go all the more further in us trying to swing this the other way, along with a lot of litigation. Thank you so much for calling in, Kelly. Your voice sounds beautiful. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are again. And we look forward to even more testimonials coming up. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Love you. Bye. Thank you so much. Here we go.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love from Kelly right there to start.
That's what the industry is about.
What a great call there, you know.
We have another teed up as well in the
yeah,
meeting in the
Curtis.
studio.
Oh, yeah. All right, Curtis.
We have another Curtis.
Let's get Curtis.
Let's get
on
Curtis in here, as a matter of fact, the handsome gent. Here we go. What is going on? Good
How
evening.
y'all doing tonight?
Very well. Thank you
Doing
for
great.
joining us.
Doing great.
I'm from Monroe County, Mississippi. I'm part of the medical cannabis program down here. And the thing that hurts me is, for one, in the medical community down here, we have a cap of 3 ounces per month, which if you're using medicinally isn't enough for some of us. A lot of us supplement with the THCA, and dispensary, the cheapest I can get an ounce for is $120, and it's garbage.
Bless your heart.
I can get good Reggie for $30 an ounce. I can get good top shelf for $100 an ounce. And my wife's a disabled vet. I have to stay at home and take care of her 24/7. I cannot work. I'm on a fixed income. So in order to be able to, get my meds for an affordable price through THCA, all I got to do is cure it myself. It's a lifesaver for me. It is a lifesaver. And with them putting this ban on, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get my meds. It's going to it's gonna hurt me like very bad.
Amen to that.
And on that note, like we would push you to definitely reach out to your state senators, congressmen, representatives in the state of Mississippi, and let your voice be heard to them as well. We got a bunch of different QR codes that we can put out there. If you look at our website, that'll automatically link you to your direct representatives and send out an automated letter with your name and signature on it. That's a great first start to make your voice be heard. We have about a year ahead of us here that we're not. I like to believe that this is going to be a fight for regulation, not prohibition.
Yep.
So
Right.
please make
I
your voice.
think that this actually might help us in the long run. It's forcing their hand. So like if as long as we can follow suit and get the right, get it in the right channels and do what we need to do with it, then I think this is actually could be a positive for us in the end.
Bit of a blessing in disguise, as some would say back home in the South, where I'm from in North Carolina. Shout out Mississippi on the line right now. That's what I'm talking about. And not only your life, but your wife, who served in what branch, if you don't mind me asking?
She was in the Army. She was a nurse for the Army. She did all the chemo bags and everything. And she's in end stage COPD now. So like I can't leave. I can't leave the house, And that's where it hurts. Like, hey, I understand they all got to make their money, but at the same time, the dispensaries, I don't know. If it's medicine and it's for the people, it should be affordable.
That's 100% accurate. And as a matter of fact, the largest hemp retailer in America at the dispensary, I don't think they're in Mississippi just yet, but they do have plans eventually to creep down south. But they have, if you have means of travel, they've got $80, $85 ounces and whatnot. But I hate to rub something in your face that's not available to you. But I do want to say this to your wife. I want you to rewind this clip later on and let her see this. Hua. Thank you for your service, young lady. It is amazing that you served your country. And thank you so much for your sacrifice over the years. And thank you, my good sir, for serving her the way that I imagine that a lot more husbands should be serving their wives. You know what I mean? Especially in the circumstance. Glad that hemp has been a tool for you so far. And as for reassurance for you, this platform that you just spoke on is going to be the biggest tool towards, like you said, that blessing in disguise being unveiled. And I can't thank you enough for joining us there. And if there's anybody or anything else you'd like to talk about when it comes to that hemp ban, please throw it out there right now. We don't have anybody in line next after you, but outside of affordability, people having their own wellness in their own hands, and then not making it controlled by, in my opinion, like big alcohol has a huge influence on this ban, in my opinion. I don't know the research behind the scenes all too well, but I do have intuition from God. And I'm just going to say big alcohol is more or less probably one of our bigger enemies in this, alongside just improper regulation.
I think the big, without pointing any fingers at anybody or anything,
I apologize for pointing fingers prematurely.
No,
I just have feelings.
Just the thought process. I think you hit the nail on the head with regulation. There's a lot of bad actors in our field.
Yep.
Gas stations are selling the product.
Absolutely love the topic Curtis brought up there. He uses medicinal marijuana in his state, but because of ridiculous regulations and laws that were put in place, he's limited on how much medicine he can get. So,
and they got caps on it. That's the bad thing. All our concentrations have a 60% cap on it. So, I mean, they're forced to cut their concentrates in Mississippi because of that 60% cap.
It's the same in
Ohio. We don't want stronger medicine. We want unadulterated medicine.
Amen. Amen to that, Curtis. Wow, very well said, as a matter of fact.
And you know what? And Curtis said he found an awesome supplement that helps him through the times where he's over his limit. And this is just going to cut all that out. So,
Trevor.
And if I could just add on to that, because another good point is, in a state where he can get legal medicinal, right? That's not every state. So with the hemp or hemp derived THC and that side of things, far more reach and accessible in those states that it's not currently in the market of. So where Curtis, you're using medicinal and then you're supplementing it with THCA, right? At least you get that basis to start where just a clean ban on is going to take that out of a lot of people's hands who don't have even the access to the medicinal side. So Curtis, that was a great point I heard you drop, and I just wanted to shout that out.
Not too far away from Mississippi, I see Jennifer Hogan in the comment section. Alabama Cannabis Coalition is here. So it's not just one place. that's been affected. It's not just one American that's affected by this, not just Curtis's wife, you know what I mean, who's a disabled vet who served her country honorably and just wants to be able to have the wellness that she needs. I disagree with the medicinal cap in general. I think you should be able to buy as much as you can afford, as long, and then obviously you try to live within a budget, obviously, to a degree.
Okay. I'd push back a little bit on you. But I think if it's a medicine and you're going to call it a medicine, you're going to utilize it as a medicine, then that's a decision between you and your doctor.
Yeah.
I don't think
Medicinally speaking,
I think if you're in a state legislation that's going to use it as medicine, and which we all agree and believe that it truly is very helpful to the human body, soul, mind, spirit, that's a conversation between you and your doctor, what your limits are and what your needs are. Politicians have no idea what your medical background is or what your medical needs are.
Preach.
So get your hands out of my medical records. We have HIPAA for a reason, right? Mitch McConnell doesn't get to know my medical records.
Curtis, we want to thank you for joining us, brother. We're going to let you go this evening, and we look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section as well, man.
I'll be with y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for helping us fight the good fight here at the Dispensary Live, in the live studio here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where your voice has a chance to be amplified on one of the bigger programs on the internet. That is the Dispensary Live. Not only are jobs at risk, veterans are losing access to wellness. Black market is going to absolutely soar with this ban, but I just want to know what your biggest gripe is. So hit that link in the description of this video or just in the comment section. Feel free to give us that testimonial, and we'll go ahead and highlight you just like we did Curtis and Kelly.
All right, keep your head down, follow through, and just relax. Dude, you're making me nervous. Still got the shanks. Dude, are you good? I don't know, man. My body hurts. I can't focus. I can't sleep at night. I got high blood pressure. I don't know what I'm doing out here.
Sounds like you guys got to go to the dispensary.
The dispensary? Be right back.
Couple comments after that video that were submitted from Vicky. Let me do this last name pronounced. Vicky Hall. Thank you so much for your comment there. I'm going to read it to its entirety. Wisconsin will never allow it because of alcohol. I've suffered from a TBI for 24 years, and if not for CBD, my migraines would not be controlled. Is CBD affected by this hemp ban?
All hemp-related cannabinoids are affected by this ban.
Even the CBD products at the dispensary are at risk of being, completely purged.
We would have to change some formulations and go to a different formula in certain things, but it would be hard to source them because this can affect everything down to the farming of hemp. To be honest,
the farmers are the number one. First and foremost, farmers are hit first, right?
Level, yeah.
Before the consumer.
Right.
Guys that are plowing fields in the middle of the night, late into the summers of here in Wisconsin, man.
The summers of what, August?
Yeah,
September?
the summers of September.
Those hot September summers up here in the north.
Do you remember? Hemp wasn't banned in September.
Well, there we go.
But to her comment, she said it'll never happen in Wisconsin.
Because of alcohol in particular, kind of similar to the point that I brought up. So thank you, Vicky Hull. Let Jason go.
I would say that there's actually a lot more hope in the grand state of Wisconsin than in a lot of other states right now.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of interesting legislation and bills being proposed within the state of Wisconsin that could technically trump the federal government and push it more towards a states' rights situation where they can do as they see fit within their own laws and regulations. So that's actually kind of exciting. And for the state of Wisconsin, like I said before, there's a bunch of other states that have put bans on Delta 8 or hemp products within their states, and they're illegal to sell within the state. And that's how that's working. But Wisconsin actually has a bright light in front of it with different bills that are being introduced into your state houses right now to actually put regulation in place.
Wow, that's very impressive on the state of Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Just like Vicky's follow-up comment. Technically, I fought politicians for 24 years trying to bring light to legalization of marijuana. They don't care, ... I use THCA and THCP. So she's definitely for the hemp brand. It's just that she has no belief in local or federal government, which a lot of us share the same gripe, and that's why we're here today.
I don't blame Vicky at all. She's been fighting the fight for 20 plus years. at some point you end up losing your vigor for the fight anymore, and you just start seeing the worst in it. But first of all, thank you, Vicky, for making that fight for so many years and putting it out there into the world that this isn't as harmful as politicians say it is, and this, that, and the other, and all that ridiculousness that we have to deal with. But keep fighting. Please keep fighting with us. We're now here. We haven't been here 20 years as a company, but we're here now. We're growing large, and we have a big voice and presence to make this push to the end here and get actual regulation that can work for the people.
Yep.
In this.
And the billions. Go ahead, Trevor. You had a point that you were about to go ahead and interject on.
No, it really just in agreement. Getting the protections in place is what matters, and getting those situated. Wisconsin, like Jason just said, there's been groundwork put in place, but I do agree that, I'll believe it when I see it. I've said it plenty of times on this podcast in the past, especially when it comes to politics. And at that point, I will, when I see the ball rolling, cool, we know it's happening. But until then, it's harder to keep that faith. But my big takeaway from that is keep a sliver of hope. There's still the window there. There's still people fighting the good fight daily across the nation and in Wisconsin. So at the end of the day, it's not over yet. And people are working to get those protections into place.
It's far from over.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, our industry that we happen to serve in the hemp industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. With that being said,
28.2 to be exact.
28.2 billion with a B.
Annually.
1 million for fillion bajillion dollars. That's how much money hemp has generated, and the jobs that it's generated as well, and the taxes that creates for different states where they offer it, unlike South Carolina, where they've never really allowed the sell of hemp. Yeah. God bless you down there. Sorry about it. Come up North Carolina.
We had another comment up top.
We have a comment. Read that comment, Trevor, or Jason, whoever's got it.
Jennifer Hogan.
I don't know how to read.
Oh, he's fresh out of the reading glasses. Here we go. Alabama passed a medical cannabis bill 4 years ago and still doesn't have medicine available for the sick, suffering, and dying citizens. Our legislators just passed HB, House Bill 445, which did away with smokable hemp products to include flower, pre-rolls, vaping products. These hemp products were filling the void that our legislators left, and now it has been taken away. We need complete hemp cannabis decriminalization and descheduling. Jason, Trevor, immediate reactions, and thank you so much for that comment, Jennifer.
It takes me right back to Curtis. That's what I was just saying with having the alternatives that are available. Like, they're working to get medicinal in place. It's not on the shelves yet. So they've been using the hemp-derived products as that filler for the time being as an alternative, right? Just screams back to me the conversation we had with Curtis.
Get on it, politicians.
Yeah.
Your people clearly voted for it. They want it. Put it into place. You put it on books, you put it into law, but then you slow roll everything and red tape everything to all the way to HE double hockey sticks and back. You know, it's ridiculous. Ohio just kind of did the same thing when they went with the recreational market, right? The politicians put out the bill. Everybody voted for it. Everybody voted in drastic favor of a recreational market. And then the politicians went, oh, well, hang on. You guys don't really know what you want. We need to rewrite.
The old carpet pull technique.
Whoa. It was wild. And they got a lot of backlash from it. And, you know, the people within the state of Ohio made their voices heard, and the politicians had no other option other than to go down that rec market. But I absolutely agree. I think that both marijuana and hemp need to be rescheduled, reclassified,
decriminalized, completely decriminalize 100%. The thing. Let it go.
100%. Let it go.
Preach.
But with a proper system in place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the sponsor of the program, the dispensary, is actually, I believe their CEO, CFO, and COO are willing to talk to legislators on a regular basis and help kind of figure this out. So if you happen to frequent a dispensary location, make sure you ask how the fight's going on the tip and top of this company, because as a trailblazer sponsor of the Dispensary Live, we like to work with people that actually get boots on the ground and do the work, much like you in the comment section. I appreciate that very much. Another comment that I seen from Mr. Dwayne, need to check up on someone's funds received. It doesn't have to be big alcohol. It could just be people old. You might drill me for saying this, but the old whites, like Mr. Mitch McConnell, how the hell is he in control of controlling my wellness? God bless him. He's had a political career that's outlasted more commissioners in the NFL. And I don't see his
He's out
rationalization. His rationalization is constantly for the kids, for the kids, for the kids. Let me go camera to Jason real quick.
On that note, real quick to call out a comment from Spiral Fire.
Yeah.
His secondary comment is the one I'm going to jump to just off the bat because we get talking about, alcohol and tavern league a lot. Tobacco is a good conversation in that same sense, waiting for regulations to come through. Prepping for the federal legislative regarding hemp and Mary Jane markets. There are big sharks in the water, and I agree with that. It's not just picking one person to be on the opposite side of us. There's a lot of people that are working to get involved with the industry.
I can read you the first part of that if you'd like.
Yes, please.
It'd be really helpful, production. Bear with Brandon for a moment.
Yeah, it is a lot to take in right now, but this ban is to force regulations. Big MJ and alcohol were both impacted by the hemp industry, so this is how they have lobbied to eliminate the playing field. Sorry. Yep.
I mean, if I like to believe that as well, and I'm all for the forcing of regulations because I think I'm just as fed up with the bad actors as anybody else giving a bad name to our industry, a bad name to what we're trying to do and bring wellness to people, bring joy to people. And, the bad actors that don't get COAs, don't get testing done. They just put anything that they can on their shelves because of the labeling and legality that they can get away with. It puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and that's what they're trying to protect.
That is why they call it a loophole. Because they're
packaging.
selling the product at gas stations and
Looking like Cheetos.
Bush.
Looking like
one of the best gas station brands in America. I'm going to say it like the TikTok. Bushies. Bushies is one of the best gas station brands in America, along with Quick Trip. Shout out
Quick
KT.
Trip.
Here in Wisconsin, if you want to
I don't
sponsor
think they
Dispensary
sponsor.
Live, we'd love to have you as a sponsor. Quick Trip. I know you guys sell cannabis beverages, but come talk to us.
If we're throwing it out there, let's put Sheets, okay? Sheets.
From our Pennsylvania rep, Sheets also being pitched to right now. That's awesome.
I mean, Sheets over Wawa all day.
Curtis Gunther, our Mississippi rep. I haven't smoked tobacco since I got my medicinal card, period.
Good for you,
Congratulations.
Curtis.
Let's give it up.
Congrats on that,
Everybody,
yeah.
even at home, give it up for Curtis. Let's go.
Well done, Curtis.
My last cigarette, as a matter of fact, was December 31st last year, and I haven't looked back because of the aid of hemp.
That's
Praise God.
props.
Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I believe quitting cigarettes is one of those things.
July 5th, myself.
July 5th. Here we go.
There we go.
At home, if you have a celebration date of something that you've quit and it's been helped in the, that recovery process has been aided by hemp, throw it in the comments. Come on here and talk to me about it, or talk to us, I should say. And real quick, to the point of it not being for children and not being, I don't think hemp or weed should be sold at a gas station, but does this look like it's for a child?
Nope.
Does this have any sort of indicator that it is for a child? You know what I mean?
No.
And that's a standard.
It's a straw
It's
man
not met
argument.
across the board.
It's a straw man argument. It's for the children. We all want the children to be safe.
Yes.
No one ever says that they don't want the children to be safe. But how many times when you were a child going trick-or-treating that your parents had to check your candy for drugs? That
Or
were-
needles.
Every single thing.
Like,
Every single time.
That's what your parents have to do. Your parents' job to keep you safe.
The government is trying to be our parents and saying that this thing right here is way out of your control. You are just not responsible enough to control with
It's
this.
wild.
You cannot
But
handle
would
it.
you like these 30 Percocet?
These 30 Percocets, on the other hand, if I give you this doctor's note, you can definitely go to work and back on these things because you just had back surgery.
You're good.
You know what I mean? You're good. It's completely backwards. Curtis, thank you for that comment. Vicky, thank you for the comment. Jess, for watching, thank you so much. Kelly, for watching, thank you so much. And if you're somebody who's worried about their health and wellness just being disrupted, or you're just worried about the economy and what losing hemp is going to do to your state, your local state economy. I know here in Wisconsin in particular, multi-billion-dollar industry. So what we're going to lose out on, and if this ban were to go through next year, would be astronomical from a dollar sense. We're not even talking about a person's life. The teacher who has to wake up at the ass crack of dawn to get to work and her feet are aching because she's got bone spurs down there or whatever, and still has to push through because that's her passion to teach. But she's just no longer to medicate the way that she could have in her own hands. And that's the biggest thing for me beyond a dollar is the people that are going to lose out on the control.
I fully agree. I mean, even when talking about the total revenue it's bringing in, a lot of people just see it as an industry, but they're not looking at the backside of it. We mentioned farming before. The farmers, they're going to be directly affected by processing of it, the manufacturing of it, the distribution and the retail side. As a as being involved with our company, I know about our stores around the country. I was going to say the state, but in reality, it's all around the country.
5
at this
states
point.
served.
Yeah, and there are individuals in the stores there. There are individuals in our production, and that's just one company. And I look at the influx we've had since 2018. It's a lot of hands in the pot to just leave hanging.
Over 325,000 people.
Yep.
Oof. Say that number again.
Over 325,000 people
Or what?
employed in the hemp industry
Yep. I
In
mean,
Wisconsin or nationally?
nationally.
nationally,
Holy
like you're looking
shit.
at large large population states.
That's 500,000 people, basically.
There's also companies that people don't even think of that could be affected by this. Textile plants,
Exactly.
clothes manufacturers,
Mm.
cost of goods can
Paper
go up
companies.
because of paper companies.
Yep.
I mean, it smells
Seed
like paper
companies.
making up here. That's for sure.
But even unrelated to
Shout out
like
Kakana.
straight cannabis, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Like we have all of our labels. That means we're doing business with a company that is a paper company or a label company at that point.
Yep.
Something happens to us, that's just one less contract they have, which affects their year-to-year profit. Like that's just clean cut.
How about all the people that make all the gummies?
Insurance.
For
Insurance.
natural insurance. Number one.
We need to call Allstate.
Oh, I was about to drop a big one.
Get Jake on the
Get
phone.
them on the get Jake on the phone. We'll
Jake.
get
With his fucking khakis. Get Jake on the line now.
his beautiful red shirt and his khakis and get him in the lobby and go, hey, you know how much money insurance is going to lose? You know how much we get these idiots to pay us just to insure their crap?
You think you can afford Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes right now? How about in a year when hemp is gone?
Yeah.
Then you'll be looking at
What
the
you gonna be doing?
You'll be looking at ass back third string. You're not even a position. You're just like could almost be the water boy.
They'll be going for Haley Welsh at that point. That's Haktua.
Oh, there you go.
That's Haktua, by the way.
It's not a household name in my house.
Not at all. I think she had her, literally 15 minutes of fame?
5. About 5.
He brought her out of retirement right there.
Just
Good
saying,
job.
that's what they're going to be reaching for. If they,
Way to make her
if
relevant.
we go out,
They're not even going to be able to get hurt.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a Bitcoin thing.
A shit coin for hemp?
Hemp coin.
Hemp coin. Let's save the industry and we flood it all together and then we all just pull out.
We might be onto something right there. We might be something.
Politicians
Right
play this game. Let's start playing games.
Yeah, apparently if you were to have just copied Nancy Pelosi's investments the past 5-10 years, you'd make so much money.
You make maybe not so much money. It depends on how much you're able to invest. Depending on your
I mean,
situation.
they made an app.
You'll quadruple your money.
My big thing
Waiting
is-
on you to hit that stream button
Yeah,
so I can get your testimonial in front of Congress members, Senate representatives, and House of Representative members. I just need to know your biggest gripe with the hemp ban that is coming up.
all you got to do is
Here we go.
Man, every year my body hurts more and more. You're like 40. How are you not in pain?
You should check out the dispensary.
Well, I mean, it's a common
And
for us
we're
to talk
back.
about.
Yeah, I mean,
I did
we're
mention
live.
it.
Let's go. We're live.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're back. I'm here.
If you didn't know, it's all in the balm at the D8 dispensary. Check out a location nearest you. If you're in Wisconsin, there's 9 locations you can check out. If you're in Ohio, there's a location in Menor, Ohio. If you're in Pennsylvania, you can find 3 locations there. Or if you happen to be in the deep southeast where I'm from, North Carolina and Virginia. I know that's a Yinzer. It's a Yinzer accent. Shout out, Pat McAfee's a huge influence on my life.
You don't know the love I got for Pat McAfee, my friend.
Let me tell you something about old Pat, old Patty.
Yeah, he got himself a leg. He'll kick them balls all day.
in bar.
Don't get me started. Pat, please come on the show and vouch for THCA. That would be an amazing testimonial to have you or Lord Zito, whoever else, Evan Foxy, all you guys. We're going to crop this, make this a short, just to try to get your attention. Come on the dispensary live and talk about it. In Virginia, you got 4 opportunities to go. In North Carolina, you only got 1 location you could frequent. However, that doesn't mean that you can't shop on prohibition9.com and get the best hemp wellness products delivered to your door. My producer says I'm not allowed to hand out promo codes at the moment, so I'm gonna hold off on giving out big discounts that I have no privilege in giving out in the first place. But keeping the banter rolling all the less. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for commenting so far. Kelly, Curtis, names. Vicky, even.
Spiral.
Spiral.
We have another comment.
Nate Nelson said that commercial was so bad that I just loved it. And it's all in the balm. Believe it or not, there's even talks going on about developing our balm even further, trying to make it the applicator a little bit more user friendly. And Curtis, thanks for sticking around in the comments as he continues to laugh. Hopefully your wife is enjoying the program tonight as well. Look forward to seeing you on a better day, hopefully when the THCA is abundant and not necessarily being threatened to be taken away. Trevor.
I also want to shout out Nate Nelson for loving the commercial for how bad it was. That's what we go for.
Nate, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's on purpose. We kind of know what we're doing from time to time, and that's always enjoyable.
There's another comment up top too from Jennifer.
We have 2 comments from Miss Jennifer. If you guys can see them before I can find them.
Here you go.
Oh, it's a massive one. Our legislators and Governor Kay Ivey received thousands of emails and phone calls from citizens of Alabama urging them not to pass the hemp ban, and they flat out ignored the citizens. The remaining hemp products that are left will now be under the umbrella if the Alabama Alcoholic Beverage Control Board and only available in establishments that sell alcohol. I cannot make this up, and neither could we.
I do want to clarify a little bit of this. Like some of these legislators, senators, congressmen, the people that had to sign this bill were forced to do so. And I don't mean like physically forced or anything like that, but this ban was placed in what's called a minibus piece of legislation to reopen our government.
What does a minibus piece of situation mean, if you don't mind, for the folks at home that are ignorant like myself?
I can't give you a Webster's dictionary term for it, but basically a bunch of different senators pile a bunch of different crap into a bill that has no reason being in there, has no fit to that bill whatsoever. This was all in a continuing resolution to reopen our government, to get the budget under control for our government so that we could go back to paying our veterans, paying people on SNAP and people with benefits and things of that nature. We had to get the government reopened. So
longest shutdown in history.
The longest shutdown in history. And a lot of these senators and a lot of these congressmen that voted yes for this were like, their hands were kind of tied to do so because they had to get the government back open. And unfortunately, this wasn't a big enough thing to have to pull out to keep the government shut down entirely, right? So a lot of these guys were handcuffed into having to sign this, and we've already seen—
For the greater good is what you're painting the picture of.
Unfortunately, but we've already seen a couple of these senators. The state of Tennessee even put out verbiage on it that said, "Now we're not going to abide by this. We're writing regulations and putting it in place now." We have other senators,
as you just mentioned, in Wisconsin, they're doing very much the same.
Yep. We also have other senators, Republicans even on that side of the aisle, coming at the whole thing and trying to strip this language from it and write bills that repeal this language out of it. So there's a lot of fighters out there, and don't hold your state reps too tightly for having to vote yes on this, because a lot of them decided to make sure that SNAP benefits and welfare programs and people on food assistance and your veterans got paid versus keeping hemp alive. But that's
understood.
That's also why we have a year for this now, because it's in that continuing
I think that's
resolution.
a good additive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit more perspective, if you ask me, hearing you just say that so eloquently. Thank you so much.
It's so easy to get mad at these representatives for this one topic. Right?
It's kind of an initial response, though.
And
that's why there's first degree and second degree murder, because your initial response you're typically not held accountable for.
Right. And that was mine too. I went straight to anger too. I was infuriated. And then you do a little digging into it, you do a little research into it, and you go, oh, did we want to keep the government shut down, or did this got snuck into this bill? We had no reason being in there. Somebody wanted to do something, put their name on the map, and did. And now we have awesome senators and legislators that are going to fight to get it out and taken care of. That's kind of where we're at with it.
And on that same on the same note of that, on a federal level, like you're going to see stuff getting pushed through on a state level that you might not always be fully on board with, but also understand the same thing. Like the hands have been forced to a degree of adding protections. We have a year. You're going to see amendments. You're going to see stuff change even on a state level as they're working through trying to put these protections and regulations in place just to keep the industry going. So that's something that from my side of experience on like a state level is talking to individuals who get very, very quick to jump on what they're seeing come through as like proposals. And in my side, it's we want to see regulation and protections put into place.
I'd love to see regulations put in place.
Be open to them changing over the time period that we have to get this all set up and ready. That's just as a person who talks to a lot of individuals in Wisconsin. I saw it a lot last week of people kind of panicking with some of the proposals that got put in place. I'm like, they're going to change. These are just first drafts that are going through. You're going to see changes. You're going to see people who got forced to make those votes having the opportunity to go back and now make those amendments they want to see for in the sense of having it be efficient and effective across the board.
Look at Mace.
Look at Mace.
Yes,
Look at
yes.
Mace. You know, she is the one. I think she's the pit bull that can take this where it needs to go for us. Put in some regulation. Fight to get this stripped out of that CR, that minibus that we were talking about earlier.
I don't even care who you are if you're going to come out as vocal as she has been about it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it right now. So at that point, I love to see the action being had.
Yeah, as we were talking with Curtis earlier, it could be a big blessing in disguise. With that being said, this could also be a huge, like, on the way to bad news if they were to cancel hemp completely and say, hey, everything that is weed-like is now marijuana. Now, for these hemp retailers that operate in all across America, do they have to apply for different licenses now, you reckon?
I would imagine so.
If they're going to change Giggle Bush from 0.3 and under all the way up to whatever the fuck, then they're just going to say, get your medicinal license, or it'll be your state-run program.
It would if that were the case, it would be a federal thing, and realistically, it would probably go straight to a recreational market at that point.
Yes, sir.
And then it would be a regulated environment where licenses would need to be gotten, applied for, proven that you can handle whatever, renewed, all that kind of good stuff. But that'd be great. That would get rid of a lot of bad actors and a lot of bad faith players selling garbage.
That's what my next thought point that you guys helped spring up. I appreciate you boys being here. You flying in this morning. Thank you so much. Just for the dispensary, for your pleasure at home. Thank you so much for being here. Your testimony is all the more worth it nonetheless. But with bad actors and all that getting weedy. So with this ban in reach, essentially a year out, it's going to scare the absolute piss out of business owners, right? People that have families and so they've probably built generational wealth in the past 5 years. Let's be real, especially if you're a successful, fruitful hemp company in America right now.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to run one of these companies too.
Touche. But it depends on how frugal your lifestyle is. You can have generational wealth at $50,000. You know what I mean? It might not be living the best of lives. Damn it if it's not generational. I'm just going on a tangent.
We got two comments in here.
I got you. Couple comments. What's the first one there, Brandino? It feels like the government wants me to lean towards pills and alcohol when I can survive on a couple gummies and a bit of flour.
Just a little bit will do you.
Just a little bit.
That's a dab will do you. A dab will do me way too well.
No, you're not wrong, Blake. It does, or Blaze. It does. That way at times.
How do you know Blaze's real name? You don't.
I don't.
Or that was just a miscue.
You just misread it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking with all these people getting anxious with the ban, like with them closing down the doors, is the black market about to surge in some of these areas where operators are getting ready to close their doors because they're just scared of next year? Put your opinion in the comments. Is the black market about to open wide?
Demand does not disappear. It shifts.
Perfect.
That is very well said.
The demand is not going to disappear. So yes, if you want to ban potentially safe regulated products, then yeah, people are going to go back to the black market.
I fucking hate street weed.
You know what?
Back to the streets.
Yep, back to the streets.
Back to the streets.
I can't go to Circle K and weed them no more.
I'll be waiting 6 hours.
I cannot wait for that text message anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I cannot wait for you to wake up at 4:00 in the afternoon. I'm an adult. I got things to do. I can't go back to the black market.
Could you imagine waiting for the streets?
I can't believe I did that at
When
one
can I
point.
come over?
No, because
6 hours
everybody
later.
watching this and everybody here has gotten that reply text. Yo, I'll hit you up later.
Yeah.
No. I'll hit you up when I'm good later.
Yeah. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
I feel like a pet. I wanted to smoke now.
I just wanted to go to the store.
I'm inflamed right now. I can't sleep right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. What you mean you're in bed for the night?
Yeah, right? But I mean, realistically, you're going to just push back to the open black market.
It's not what we're looking to do.
No.
Which mind you, all this is the ban is labeled as a ban right now. It could just be a refinement of.
It's going to be a regulation. There's too many hardcore dedicated people to let this stand as a ban.
Mhm.
All these hardcore dedicated people that are putting their brains together right now. They're doing the work. They're talking to the people that they can talk to. They're fighting the fight to put in regulation. You know, if you want to say you want it to be safe for kids, then let us regulate it and make it safe for kids. You know, it's not safe for kids. Fentanyl on the black market.
Oh,
Shady people on corners.
Shady people in corners.
there's another comment in here as well. Kelly.
Oh yeah, I bet street weed is definitely not OSHA approved.
Oh, dude.
Definitely.
You don't even want to get me
Okay.
started.
You know, maybe.
Or the ban on hemp.
I know.
You know.
I don't know if
Do you know about OSHA approvals?
I know the ban on hemp would not be
OSHA
OSHA approved.
violation
Not be
everywhere.
OSHA approved.
There'd be
That
OSHA
would be
violations.
OSHA violations as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Be across the ocean.
Let's just say there would not be a whole lot of up.
There would
With
be
that.
zero up. It would be unfathomable.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I do concur.
Sorry, that's a little inside nonsense from Trevor and I.
Right.
But it would be unfathomable.
Some of the stories you've heard tonight show exactly why this issue matters, and this affects families, workers, and communities alike. Even our program here at the Dispensary Live, if hemp were to go away next year, we would have to say goodbye to all you fine subscribers, listeners, and watchers from all across the nation, in which the community is what we're after in general. A wellness community is the added gaining benefit that we have in utilization of this plant.
We got another comment. I
Yeah,
think?
we did.
Let's talk about another comment. Let's go. Your voice is being heard right here on the Dispensary live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. We've got Kelly Matthews, 55811 is how I'm going to pronounce it.
Numbers.
My mother is a diabetic and has neuropathy. And if it was not for the Delta 8 product, she would not be able to even get out of bed. So to lose that, I fear how her health will hold. Extreme empathy and just
That's
reading
real.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Extreme empathy.
I hate that had to be typed out.
Even just with the concern and fear of it.
Yeah. Like that's what all this has done is scare people.
Yep.
Kelly has a valid point there. That's absolutely valid, and it's absolutely ridiculous that she has to have that thought and that feeling right now.
That's her mother.
To see an issue with somebody's mother getting relief from a natural product is wild.
It's Curtis's
wild.
Curtis's fully disabled wife who served in our country honorably, our country's military honorably. Hua,
And others do that.
the Hua. Well, if you're Army, you go Hua.
Yeah.
If you're
It's just a
Marine Corps, you go Hoorah. Shout out, Dad.
That sounds a lot.
And if you're Air Force, I think you go Air Force or Navy, you go Hua Hooyah. Shout out to all the branches in the
Shout
military.
out.
If you're affected by this and you're a veteran, please hit that link in the description or write your comment below this video. Your testimony is very vital to us saving this industry that is now in danger of being fully collapsed. It appears that we have somebody joining the lobby right now, getting ready to bring them on so they can voice their opinion, possibly.
Well, that happens. I'm going to shout out William Terrence.
That's not happening.
The ban is not OSHA approved. I do agree with him.
We got another comment here by Blaze.
By Blaze. I believe that is, you said it was Blake, right? Blaze, whatever.
Nobody wants to meet. Oh, it's gone. Nobody wants to meet someone in a parking lot when I can go to a legal dispensary and feel safe.
Truth.
Where it's well lit. People have name tags on.
Typically some sort of security element there.
Usually a security element. A register. A POS. You get a receipt.
Safe, quality
receipt.
made
You get a
clean
receipt.
products.
You know, you can get access to the COA, the testings of it. You know, there's no heavy metals in it, no pesticides.
Ooh.
You can ask questions.
Yeah.
You can just even ask questions about it.
What's crazy is that most hempster companies actually have some pure products, in particular the dispensary program sponsor. They have pure products than a lot of these recreational or medicinal stores, which is the absolute crazy thing. So in my eyes, a little competition there as I drink from the whole Great Lake of Lake Superior right now.
Lake Superior going down the hatch.
Oh my God. Just a massive chunk. Another big comment here as well, fellas.
Let's get it, Jason.
Who we got? Oh, that's a lot.
You turn Jason up a little bit?
Take me the long way around. All right. But in Alabama, with the passage of HB 445 that bans hemp flower, our legislators made possession smokable hemp products a Class C felony, punishable with a fine and up to 10 years in prison. Possession of cannabis flower in Alabama is a misdemeanor charge. Hemp is a felony, and cannabis is a misdemeanor. The only way to change things in Alabama is for the citizens to vote and better representation. The ability to pass a petition in Alabama isn't allowed or acknowledged by the state. Jennifer Hogan.
Oh my God.
What a comment, Jennifer.
That's
What participation.
That's not OSHA approved.
It's not OSHA
That's
approved.
insanity.
Yeah.
To think you can rock a felony with hemp.
You know what? They really don't give a piss about nothing but the tide down there. They don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. If it's hemp, I don't give a piss.
That's crazy.
That's insanity.
That's insane. Yeah.
That is terrible.
Talk about
Sorry to hear
not
that.
common sense.
Very sorry to hear that. And it's not like she could just up and move, you know what I mean, to a state that can more cater to her wellness desires for herself. It is a Class C felony. What is that? Does that mean I can get do I get hired at another job with a felony, with a Class C felony?
I mean, it's on your record. It depends on that company. That's wild. You could be automatically
DQ'd from a lot of snatch.
a lot of different possibilities.
Are you kidding? Probably. Oh, you can't even travel out of the country with a Class C felony, can you?
Well, I can't speak to that. I don't know.
I thought you were a Class C felony.
No. D, B, and A. C, not on my repertoire.
Honestly, though, Jennifer, thank you for the comment because I think that helps shine some light on to that area of it where a lot of people might not ever think of. Like, again, hemp is a felony.
A felony.
What was it? Is it a misdemeanor? Yeah.
Pull the comment back up.
Look at the logic and
Brandon,
common
if you don't
sense of
mind.
that. Yeah, look at the logic and common sense of that.
Absolutely wild.
Possession of cannabis flower in Alabama is a misdemeanor charge. All right, what's the difference between cannabis and hemp? Jason, please.
I would be moving from Alabama.
That's the difference between cannabis and hemp is I would move from Bama.
I would
You're not
move
allowed to
from
say that to Jennifer because she matters.
I didn't tell her she had to move. I said
No.
I would move.
No, I hear
I'd be
you.
gone. That would be the difference.
Yeah, and also to her point is they don't fucking listen.
No.
Apparently she's been grinding this fight out and there's not just Jennifer down in Alabama. I'm sure there's plenty of other folks probably within even your own community,
Yeah.
Jennifer, that probably use the products that you use or similar usage as well. It is absolutely not fair. Totally agree. If there's anything, I think you might have mentioned decriminalization in general. Yes, I think we're on the way there. And every video that we release and that we go live on every first and third Thursday of the month is going to be gathering these testimonials to get to the people that only hear from lobbyists. These are the testimonials that are palpable and powerful towards the hemp industry being saved.
Also, just to call it out, the fact that the ability to pass a petition in Alabama isn't allowed or acknowledged by the state.
Is that like a
voting is the only option is allowed because there's already so many restrictions on and Brandon, you could chime in on this, but the marketing and even advertising around it. So in general, you have to get all the information out by the time of a vote, whereas petitions are on running until they hit those marks.
Mhm.
You can, in my opinion, you could reach a lot more with that, and it's not even acknowledged by the state. You could go through all the trouble starting a petition, getting 250,000 signatures, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Show up at the polls.
Doesn't matter at all.
That's wild to me too. It's not recognized at all.
There's another.
Yeah, Curtis back in the comments again. Diabetic neuropathy is my qualifying condition for my medical cannabis card and has done wonders for it. The high CBD strains especially, which is really potent stuff there, Curtis. And Brian Nichols, a little further down the comment section, this will most likely not last 365 days due to banks going to slowly close your account. Don't know if I read that in sequence well enough for everybody to grasp the concept there, but this will most likely not last 365 days due to banks going to slowly close your account. How do I infer that? I don't feel like I'm reading it right.
I'm not sure where he's going with that one.
That's okay.
I could.
Brian, elaborate, please, in the comments. We'd love to have some elaboration.
I would take a shot in the dark and say he's probably referring to the Bank Act, how
The Safe Banking Act?
yeah, Safe Banking Act, and how it's federally illegal to have money in the banks, or it's not insured in the banks for anything in our industry. But at this point in time, it has to last the 365 days. That's the law for this actually take into effect.
Correct.
So
The amount of litigation that's already going on behind the scenes at a state level, fucking crazy. And then on a federal level, what is it? The states have to come together to talk to the federal government, essentially? Usually. Has to be a majority vote in the House, right?
It depends. There's a bunch of different stipulations where it's a 2/3 majority or just a major majority or a majority.
Okay. And back to the politicians that were essentially blackballed into, not blackballed, they did the best for the greater good that they could. Like you said, a lot of them probably understood that we're not just going to kick this down the road. We're going to readdress this probably in our state.
Yeah.
Time now.
Or even
Gentlemen, we got about 5 minutes to take stories, just so you know.
5 more minutes to get your testimonial in on this Thursday.
I'm going to say real quick, you don't have to be limited to how fast your fingers can type. You can join on in, jump in here, give us a, if you want to throw your video on, feel free. But otherwise, just to hear you talk about it out loud, don't hesitate.
Together, we can make sure that real people are representative on a real platform. You don't have to have your face camera on if you don't want to. Just call in or hit the link, and we'd love to hear from the horse's mouth, from you at home. You matter the most in what we're up here talking about.
Brian did get back to us. Yes, Safe Banking Act, federally illegal. That's the problem in the state. He's not wrong. If the federal government wants to go after the banks for holding any money that anybody in the hemp industry has, they have the right to do so. But
huge loans out there.
There are huge loans out there, this, that, and the other, but there's also credit unions that are within the state that can operate in different legalities based on state law. So there's room to wiggle.
Copy that.
But it's definitely one of the major topics. Brian's absolutely right. It's one of the major topics that needs to be discussed in the decriminalization and potential rec market of either cannabis or hemp.
Very good talking point there, Brian. And yeah, that's going to be probably one of the bigger hurdles that they have to get over in general in those behind closed doors talks is how the fuck are we going to fund this?
Well, the banks are going to be all for it because they're going to see the dollar amounts. They're not going to care about the morality or the safety.
Dollar.
The bottom dollar is all the banks are going to care about. So as soon as the federal government won't mess with their federal insurance,
they get to have the gates blown off and just go.
The banks are going to hop right on board with it. You're not going to see them fight anything once the federal government won't have a problem with them. But the fact that they're FDIC insured, they get federally backed, their safety net is the federal government. Mm-hmm. You're not going to risk the trillions of dollars for Chase Bank to go after millions and billions, right? So as soon as the federal government goes, yeah, you're fine, they're going to eat up every loan they can in this industry.
Understood. The clarification is coming. Clarification is absolutely coming.
We got another comment in the comments here.
This is from Mr. Dwayne G. Haynes. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What a lovely profile picture that is. That looks like you and a lovely, maybe a wife of sorts. How beautiful.
That's a good time.
I had neuropathy in my feet, but it has calmed down to just the toes. I'm sorry to hear that. Delta 9 helps a little with its warming effect. Helps a lit. Delta 9 helps a lit with its warming effect a lot.
Thinking where the buttons are.
I fat finger text all the time. I'm surprised I didn't know that. Thank you for that testimonial, Dwayne. That's huge, as a matter of fact. And neuropathy is something to not be overstated or underestimated at all. Circulation's a motherfucker, especially as we get older. But the tingly feeling you feel in your toes and your extremities from time to time, you gotta get that checked out.
Yeah.
And if it's not getting better after what the doctor's talking about, come to wellness. Come to hemp, baby. If you got neuropathy, I highly encourage you to try a hemp balm or even a tincture.
A high CBD tincture?
High CBD tincture.
3,000 milligrams at the dispensary?
Yeah, you're not going to take a whole dropper full. You just do a couple drops. That's it.
Moderation's key.
Moderation.
Start low, go slow, baby.
Yep.
What company says that?
I think it
might be our sponsors.
I think it is our sponsors.
I think it's our sponsors.
Sponsor of the program.
Hey.
Weed responsibly.
Here we go.
Oh, they can't see that though.
Yeah, they go.
Well, no, I was pointing at.
Yeah.
I go like this.
And it's gone.
He's lost his mind.
He's just throwing his arm up.
Like I'm a very bad Vanna White.
You could be the last caller of this evening if you hit that link right now and get your testimonial on. My producer will throw you in the queue. We'll have you on for a live commentary banter forth. We want to hear your testimony as to how the hell this hemp ban is going to affect you. Should it actually go into effect in 365 days?
I love you too, Blaze.
Shout out, Blaze. Shout out everybody in the
we
comments.
love this Blaze guy.
Oh, we got one more here.
Oh, we got somebody. Oh, we got a Tina.
Tina's?
Okay.
Man.
Let's bring her in.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Welcome, Tina. Hold on.
Tina.
Get her in here.
Come on,
Welcome to the chat.
He clicks things.
Welcome home, Tina. How you doing? Who are you? Where are you from? And what is your biggest gripe with the hemp ban?
I'm from Missouri, moved to Tennessee in 2012, then to Alabama. Wouldn't you, my luck, just 2 states that totally threw us under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 96. My sister was diagnosed 4 months later. She takes every drug her neurologist throws at her. She's in a scooter, uses a walker. She's completely homebound. I'm stable. I'm in remission. I did this through fasting and cannabis. Because
Praise God.
thank you. Oh, you know it. I refuse to take Big Pharma's garbage. They tell me, oh, you have to take this drug. One shot a month is $10,000. I have to find the funding. I had to prove to them that I was denied extra help through Social Security. Who can afford $10,000 for one shot?
That's ridiculous.
Insurance doesn't help with that at all, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. And what I don't understand is the hemp or the dispensary in Pulaski, Tennessee is directly across from the police station. Never, ever have I felt unsafe. There's no druggies hanging on the street corner, no robberies, and I know where that cannabis is coming from. Now,
Preach.
I have to go to the streets to buy it, and I'm labeled a felon because I chose God-made over man-made.
Isn't that the biggest struggle that we have? It's more or less a spiritual battle that's going on, especially the way you're talking right there, Tina. Thank you so much for that. That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you so
thank
much,
you, Tina,
We
for that.
appreciate you calling in today.
Hey, I've been waiting for this all day. You guys are rocking it.
Thank you
Oh,
so
stop.
much.
You are too
for having us
kind.
on.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, you are too kind.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Tina. We appreciate you sharing your story with us today. And just another dissatisfied customer, politicians.
$10,000 shot that Big Pharma is recommending she injects once a month,
I don't even
as compared to some Giggle Bush.
Don't even take me down.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
Don't
You
even take
know?
me down.
Howard and Tina,
You said right across from the police station.
just like in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
There's a valid place in American society for our industry.
Mhm.
There's a valid place for it. There's a safe place for it. There's a realistic place for it.
100%.
How can I deny it at this point? How?
What kills me is not only did they take that away from me, they just made my daughter and her fiance unemployed.
Oh
And
my
they
goodness.
They went to school for this, for me, to get me healthy. And then old Mitch McConnell, he just kind of slid it in at the last minute.
That's exactly what he did.
Oh, Mitchy Mitch.
Turtle Mitch.
It's a total Mitch move.
It's such a Mitch
a very
move.
Mitch move.
You know, I think 100% we need to make that the new thing. Anytime something's just god awful, that's a Mitch.
That's
move,
a Mitch
bro.
move right there.
That's a Mitch move right there, and it's just derogatory as it can possibly be.
With you and your sister's diagnosis, what has been the recourse of having to take Big Pharma medication in hopes that they have the absolute best product available for your wellness? Has there been any recourse at all as compared to any recourse you've had from experiencing cannabis products?
None. I mean, I have been on Avonex, Copaxone, Rebif, Tecfidera, Abagio.
Keep going.
everything. And there's nothing that works. My sister is now doing a intravenous thing where they do it every 6 months. Maybe it's called Ocrevus. Now, I'm sorry, but Kim, my sister, it's like she wants to be healthy too, but of course, none of her neurologists are going to recommend, cannabis and fasting because they can't get rich off that.
100%.
That's a mic drop.
Yeah, they're legalized drug dealers and lab coats.
Before we have to say goodbye to you because we're getting up close to that time, beautiful. I want to know, what is your secret to fasting, and what does a typical fast for you look like, and or for those that are looking to improve their health? Because fasting is one of the most important things we can do as humans.
Absolutely. I started off with a 3-day fast. I lost 17 pounds in 3 days. The first day was a little hard. Maybe into the second day it was hard, but after the third day it was perfect. And I fast continuously now. I mean, I'm at 116 pounds and I was at 145. And I'm doing really good with my MS. I mean, I'm in remission.
Amen.
I won't ever go back to Big Pharma.
Amen to that. And I think that's the battle that we were put here to fight to a degree. And thank you for joining the Dispensary Live on one of the biggest platforms on the internet and making your voice heard towards those who need to hear it most. Tina, thank you so much for calling. And thank you at home. We're going to keep Tina on the screen as we close out the show. I want you to get a shot of Trevor and Jason real quick. They're going to wave at you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. These two are looking forward to seeing you next month as we continue to get these testimonials rolling and try to figure out how to not let people panic no more, because this is wellness that we deserve to be in control of at the end of the day. And not even Mitch, with his Mitch moves, is going to slow this hemp train from serving the people of America and globally that need hemp cannabis. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, stay classy.
Thanks, guys.